here where they were forced into poor shots and a turnover, and that allows Alabama to get out in the open floor, something if you're Mark Few, you want to limit those opportunities, especially early in the shot clock.
DK fed immediately, garnering the double team, spins and turned back. Sherrell got him. Shot clock doesn't reset. This is Supiti looking for some daylight against that vaunted defense. DK, 3 to shoot, top of the key, jump short. 5th offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Deep 3 won't go for Miller. And the rebound finally tracked down by Jamison. 6 offensive rebounds already for Gonzaga.
That's not a recipe for success if you're Nate Oates. However, their defense after those 6 offensive rebounds has been terrific. They've only given up the 1 basket here in this first half. So I don't think you can live with a heavy dose of that if you're Alabama, but a part of that is also scheme, right? Because they love to extend their pressure, and that means their bigs are going to be out in the perimeter a lot, makes it much more difficult to control that defensive backboard.
Great, beautiful maneuver underneath. That is Sherrell. The skill to catch that for a guy his size, come down under control and finish in tight.
That was an impressive big-to-big action there.
DK looking for a crease. Goes glass. Boy, good start for Sherrell. GA, both ends of the floor. As Gonzaga's scoring drought continues, they've not hit a field goal now in almost 4 minutes. This is Holloway in tight. And who do the Bulldogs now turn to for some much-needed scoring?
Well, I think they'll continue. They're a team that allows their offense to create the offense, the spacing and the passing, but some of it is they've got to adjust to the speed, the quickness, and the athleticism that Alabama presents out on the floor.
DK trying to get himself, look at him surrounded by 3 white jerseys. And Sherrell ain't done yet.
Early on, I will say, I think Gonzaga is trying to overpower a little too much there.
And by the way, our condolences to Mark Few. Just lost his mom 8 days ago.
To hear. 92, he said she had an incredible life. Very blessed to have lived that long and see all the success her son has been able to orchestrate.
Shot clock at 13 seconds. This is Jalen Warley in tight and a little floater. As the Bulldogs showing now some of their depth as Warley, the double transfer, last stop Virginia, gets his first basket.
You talked about it. He says they can play 10 deep comfortably. You don't see that a lot in today's college game, but he has got the personnel to do it.
This is Phylon, but there isn't a spot on the floor that he can't get to. Phylon, GA, 7 of their first 15 points.
Yeah, and he does, you know, you think about the 3-point shot, he does the majority of his damage in the paint. One of the top 5 or 6 in the country in points in the paint from that guard position.
This is Huff. Everyone taking their turns. Bo Bowen outside. This is Ventners. On the deck, Inocente. Boy, beautiful pull-up. Stuck his foot on the floor. And beautiful elevation on that mid-range J.
Yeah, that was a terrific shot. And you can see the defense has been actually really good. And they're going to count that with the continuation with Holloway on the attack.
Remember, this is one of the new points of emphasis, the continuation. And they're going to give them the basket. Mark Few and that Gonzaga staff can't believe it, as we're going to get a timeout of the Trell Wrightsell Jr. right leg injury. Expected to miss the rest of this tournament. Hopeful that it won't be more than a week or 2 for a team that has legitimate championship aspirations. Venters 3 won't go, so Gonzaga cools off after a fun little couple of minutes. Deep 3 from Holloway. And Gonzaga has been sensational on the glass.
The strength of those, and this is where they want to play fast, but I feel like at times maybe they played a little too fast. They have not had the patience, and some of that is adjusting to the speed and the physicality of Alabama. You talked about at the top, they haven't quite yet played the same level of competition that we've seen with Alabama, and you need to adjust to that through the course of the game.
Gonzaga, some of that defense that Mark Few touched on in our chat with him pregame. But the Bulldogs cough it up right back. Fine line, good ball movement into the corner. That's a three. Amari Allen. Offensive rebound and a putback. It's Bristow. Again, keep your eyes on this kid. Sophomore, missed those 3 games with the ankle injuries, but expected to be a big piece for Nate Oates and this team this season.
It's the activity and energy with which he plays. It's contagious, and it really does elevate this group.
Alabama 28-9 last year, 13 wins. They finished 3rd in the SEC gauntlet. Followed up that Final Four run 2 years ago. The 2nd straight trip to the Elite 8. #1 scoring team in the country yet again under Nate Oates. And my goodness, how they have retooled again. Obviously, they lose their All-American Mark Sears. But LeBaron Philon and some of these other players stepping into that void as they try to get their record of 4-1 early season. Into the corner, this is Venters. So he's missed on a couple of 3-point looks early. Fight for the rebound. It's tracked down by Grant Foster. As we pass the midway point, Venters from deep. Got it!
I will say those last 2 threes were terrific looks. They were in rhythm and off of great passing and spacing.
But beautiful answer. Aiden Holloway, little floater in the paint. And Alabama's lead now back to 5. 7 points for Holloway. #2 scorer behind Philon at better than 17 per game. Here comes Grant Foster coming diagonally across the paint. And he's got a chance at 3.
Yeah, I tell you what, Grant Foster needed that one. Had some struggle earlier in this game. At that time with a nice attack. And you see here, great find there. You see the spacing he had because Alabama was caught in rotation. With this one, he was going to pass that, heard the whistle, and then just throws it up at the rim for the deuce.
So Tyon Grant Foster, graduate transfer, 4 different schools, most recently at Grand Canyon, last 2 years there. Brief stop with DePaul a couple of years ago with Kansas. All-conference performer at Grand Canyon last season. Guy who certainly adds some versatility and depth to this squad that Mark Few has put together. As we cross the 9-minute mark before halftime. GA, we expected this thing to be tight and physical, and these 2 teams haven't disappointed yet.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the point of attack defense has been terrific on both sides of the ball. There, though, Smith falls asleep, and then a terrific find by Sherrell. Anytime your bigs can put the ball on the floor in those situations and allow the guards to play off the ball, beautiful backdoor cut there by Philon. You can see they just get caught watching the ball, and that beautiful backdoor cut there and finish.
Boy, how about the big man, the vision, some of this passing ability that Sherrell has shown. The Detroit native, that'll get our buddy Jalen Rose excited.
C-Web as well.
Some of that Motown love, that's right. We got a lot of Detroit flavor here in Vegas. EK, the spin, boy, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, he has it, and that's an example of you adjusting to the size and the physicality, because earlier in the game, EK didn't have a feel for how to attack the defense there, and now Gonzaga is starting to get comfortable defensively here, forcing the turnover.
Here comes the Spanish national, EK. So Graham EK missed his first 6 shots. He's hit back-to-back.
And that exact pass, that post pinch and post feed there that led to the deuce was something that Coach Oates was worried about, because this is more of a traditional offense for Gonzaga. They're going to look to post their bigs consistently.
Boy, tremendous defense by Venters, but Amari Allen somehow able to go glass.
This is a high-level battle right now, partner. These 2 teams are competing, physical on both sides, nothing coming easy.
EK, excellent, bothersome defense as Davion Hannah trying to collapse down. And Gonzaga is going to have the basketball, but when we come back, a couple of heavyweight teams on the big stage in Vegas, Gonzaga and Alabama. You're watching the Geico Players Era Tournament on TNT. All of the heavy hitters are here in Vegas, or at least a lot of them. 3-point Alabama lead. So Gonzaga went during that stretch where they missed 9 straight shots. Since then, they've hit 7 of their last 9. And Ike starting to cook.
He's got the feel now for how to attack. And you're going to see an adjustment where Alabama's going to start doubling down on. They're not going to allow him to work in space one-on-one. He is just too crafty and too skilled.
So Graham Ike, all first team in the WCC last couple of years, starting to catch fire. He has hit the last 6 for the Bulldogs, as Grant Foster is hit with his first personal.
If you notice it, you can't allow a guy that good take 2 or 3 dribbles and get to a sweet spot. He's just too talented. You have got to disrupt that with help defense, attacking that basketball. And I guarantee you Nate Oates will make that adjustment as this game progresses.
Men's and women's titles are on the line in one of college basketball's boldest events. Coverage of the Geico Players Era Tournament Championship continues on TNT, True TV, and HBO Max. So Amari out.
Doesn't want to overcoach his team. GA, he told me that if Alabama is playing up to its potential, his goal is not to call a play over the first 36 minutes of the game.
And Jared, that's a great point, because and I say this often about coaching. The best coaches know how to coach greatness, which is actually not coaching. Because great players, when you empower them and allow them and give them ownership, they're going to be able to make decisions far quicker than you can call plays. And oftentimes when you want to play fast, you don't have time to run sets. You want to read and react. We've seen that success with UConn. Nate Oates does a terrific job. And you're seeing it also with Mark Few. That's been an evolution for him. He's changed philosophically in how he's approaching it. And I think it's a better brand of basketball.
It's just amazing what he's built. Even Mark Few, in our conversation with him earlier tonight, so much admiration for what Nate Oates has built with this Alabama team. Even his previous stops. That crisp ball movement from the Zags continues. What a half Braden Huff is putting together for Mark Few.
And that was made off the play by Graham Ike, though. They're going to get a travel on Sherelle. But Ike's ability to dominate his matchup, it put Alabama in rotation, and they didn't have good defensive floor balance there. And just a great read by Ike on that baseline drop-off for Huff.
Everyone in the Spokane GA excited about this Gonzaga team and its potential, but early season, you don't know if you're ready for this kind of a test. They've only faced one ranked team prior to today. What a performance so far.
Yeah, and keep in mind, they only brought back 4 returners from last season. They lost a lot of firepower. You would not know it with how this group has played together and the depth and maturity that they have.
But beautiful movement. Venters on a 3, kept alive. That was Huff on a tap out. Such a smart play as we hit the 2-minute mark. Huff puts it on the deck to the rack, and the finish.
And how about that 1-2 combo with Huff and Ike? They play so well off of one another. And again, that offensive rebounding, a concern for Nate Oates and a strength of Gonzaga.
LeBaron Philon sensing the moment. His team needs a play, and he's going to get himself to the free throw line. But Huff now, GA, with 10 points.
But look at that seal there also by Ike, though. It allows for that attack. Sherelle doesn't want to take a body off him, and Huff understands that. And that's that 1-2 big combination, more of a traditional style that the Zags can implement, paying dividends here in this first half.
Reminder coming up on the Medela halftime report. Our fabulous crew in studio on site. Get you caught up on all the day's action. Adam Lefkoe, Bruce Pearl, Jalen Rose, Chris Webber. And they are standing by. I have to be pleased and impressed with what they've seen from these two teams, championship hopefuls. as Philon goes 1 of 2 at the line.
High-level basketball being played on this game. On both ends. Both teams have had stretches. They're going to get a huff there for travel. Officials say he gathered and then took the steps.
Maybe the first mistake that Huff has made in what has been a brilliant first half.
Yeah, he took one extra step there once he had already gathered the basketball.
So we hit the final 90 seconds of the half. Sherrell, this is Bristow. Aaron pass. And the officials are going to get a reach-in foul against Philon. 1-and-1 bonus situation for the Bulldogs.
I tell you what, though, partner, that's EK again. A little earlier in that, his ability as a help defender to cut off the baseline drive and then just poor spacing by Alabama, thinking that they were already set. Bristow there just thought Philon was further over on that sideline than he was, and unforced turnover.
So Mario Saint-Supidi at the free throw line, 1-and-1. Mark Few making a substitution. Davis Fogel, freshman that Few likes a lot, checks in for the first time, making his 4th appearance early season for this Gonzaga outfit.
I talked earlier, Spiro, about Gonzaga had to adjust to the speed that Alabama played with. They've done that. Now Alabama's going to have to make the adjustment, especially defensively, of how they're going to guard the half court of Gonzaga, because they are not doing a good job with their containment of the bigs. EK and Huff both having a huge impact.
Philon sets the stage for Allen, and he bangs in a 3.
And that's what, if you're Philon, he's going to have to do a little bit more creating. I'd like to see the ball in his hands a little bit more here in the second half.
Look at that drop step and setup. EK to Huff. How about that 2-man tandem on the front line for the Bulldogs?
And I love the footwork there by EK on the attack.
Philon's going to get him reset. Working against Saint-Supidi. Excellent defense, didn't bite. As we are now down to 38 seconds. Allen into the paint. This is Millette. 7 to shoot. Allen. Bottled up by Huff. Boy, just sensational defense. And then it's Sherrell. Boy, tough break for the Bulldogs as Don Daly
I think they want
blows
to check
the whistle
to see
here.
if that basket was made before the shot clock. I think it did get off in time. I thought he was able to gather and get that up. Yep, clearly gets it off in time there.
Now, this is one of the instances where officials can go to the monitor on their own accord without a coach's challenge. Inside of 2 minutes, 23.6. But what a game this has been. 7 ties, 8 lead changes, 23.6 left. Don Daly and the crew looking at the pictures there courtside. And both coaches using this as an opportunity to get their 2 teams set for the final 23 and change.
Yeah, it has been an impressive game. Both teams really kind of playing to their strengths, right? We knew the front line would be a big factor for Gonzaga. That's been a strength of theirs all season. And for Alabama, their pace and their space. Now, can they make the adjustment defensively, because Huff and EK have owned the interior.
So the basket is confirmed. It counts. And we are tied at 42. Points in the paint have been even, 26 apiece. But both teams struggling from the three-point line. Gonzaga 2 of 11 and Alabama 3 for 14. 10 seconds. Huff outside. Venters from deep. Got it! Nate Oates is going to take a timeout. And Venters trying to get this Gonzaga three-point shooting game off the ground here in Vegas.
Surprised that they decided to run the trap and try to get the ball out of his hands. And again, the spacing. Look how great the spacing is. Once that ball gets into the interior, it puts you in rotation, and just a great read by Huff to get it out to the shooter. Venters there to knock down the triple.
Officials, we've been told, are looking to see where they're going to set the clock here, if they're going to add any more time. 4.4 right now showing as Gonzaga retakes the lead. Steele Venters, another Washington product, graduate transfer from Eastern Washington. So now they're going to put 5 seconds even on the clock. And that's going to give Nate Oates' bunch a little bit more time.
Yeah, that's plenty of time to advance it and create a good look. What you'd love to do is to be able to get it in your ball handler's hands, whether it be Holloway or Fallon, where they're going downhill. You want them to be going towards their basket with some momentum to create a good look here.
Nate Oates just transforming this Alabama program. 6 years since he's taken over, 8th most wins of any program in the country, most of any SEC team. What does the future hold in store for this Crimson Tide team? Here comes Fallon, his star, little Euro step, clean look, and that
off the rim. And it's going to be a concern. And a lot of that does start, though, when you don't have the ability to guard at that point of attack with Ike. They've got to overload defensively, and that compromises your defense.
chess match between these two terrific coaches, Mark Few, Nate Oates. Grant Foster, first year in the program. Boy, you think they're happy to have him in Spokane?
He was a little shaky early, but boy, he has been getting after it. And then defensively, look how these guys, look how they move their feet and attack the basketball defensively.
Fallon into the corner. This is Noah Williamson on a three, the Patriot League Player of the Year last year at Bucknell. Unable to convert. Huff, barrel into the rack.
And the momentum right now with Gonzaga. They are up in the ante defensively. Alabama's got to figure out a way to create some offense.
LeBaron Fallon. Just when the Crimson Tide needed a bucket, their star delivers.
They're just going to need someone other than Fallon to create some opportunities on the offensive end.
And right now, Gonzaga starting to flex. Adam Miller with a deep shot. Fallon has been the lone source of offense for Alabama in the half. Williamson on the glass, reset, Fallon from deep. So Alabama now 4 for 17 from the three-point stripe. Here comes Saint Supiri. Errant pass taken in the corner by Allen. Ahead of the pack, Bristol.
And sometimes you just need that. Live ball turnover leads to that transition finish. Let's see if that can elevate the defensive intensity here from Alabama.
Here comes Miller into the corner. They get it to Grant Foster. Sealed off in the baseline by Allen. He's going to reset. Now he's going to step back and pull. A little bit too much. Long rebound. Holloway. They've got numbers. Holloway to blazing speed. Boy, they got a piece of fingertip on it in tight. Miller looking to push 2-on-2 Euro step. Missed it. And it's a frenetic pace back and forth. Holloway. Grant Foster the block. Boy, just incredible defense by Grant Foster. We got bodies flying all over the place.
We talked about it. We had the F1 race here not too long ago. These are two teams that like to speed up and down the court. And how about the block there? They stay with it. A foul has been called. Gonzaga now seizing. Well, they haven't had the impact from Holloway. He's only 2 of 11, 0 of 6 from 3. And those, you see there, he's having some issues health-wise. But those are the two guys that kind of set the tone, and everybody else kind of feeds off of them. Now, though, they're going to have to find a way to create some opportunities. Oftentimes, it's with your defense. And I will say, if you can start to figure out a way to control the defensive backboard, their first line of defense hasn't been bad. It's just the inability to control the defensive backboard.
So a game that they're already playing without Latrell Wrightsell. Right now, Holloway is on the bench. Looks like he may be bleeding from his right arm. Jared Greenberg is hovering. He'll get us an update, I'm sure, here quickly as the Crimson Tide come up empty on that trip. 7-point Gonzaga lead. This is Huff doing his dance. Bristow trying to rip it. Huff sticking with it. Missed. Excellent interior defense from Bristow.
Yeah, that was a great job on that side of the ball.
Here comes Fine to the cup, and he's going to shoot free throws. So let's go back and take a look at what happened to Holloway. Looks like he's going to check back into the game here momentarily. Grant Foster got him on that follow, and then that whack from Miller, who was whistled for the foul just prior to that last timeout. So it looks like he's okay. And Holloway, now seated with his teammates, was about to walk to the table. And his Phylon hits on the first. TNT Sports is your new home for Big East basketball. Watch Xavier take on St. Francis December the 1st at 7 Eastern on True TV and streaming on HBO Max.
This is one area where Phylon, who has been terrific to start the season, but free throw shooting a bit of a concern here. Only 1 of 4, now 2 of 5 here from the line.
Preseason first team All-SEC Bob Cousy Award watch list. Of course, given to the top point guard in the country. Can he get this Alabama team a massive early season non-conference win? There's a turnover the other way. Here comes Allen. But appeared to be some contact, no whistle, and a much-needed basket for Alabama.
Well, no EK on the floor if you're Alabama. Can you allow your defense to create some opportunities there? Live ball turnover for that transition deuce.
Dino Chinte has checked in for Mark Few. This is Jalen Warley. Outside to Smith, finds the laces, short. And Gonzaga now 4 of 16 from deep. Phylon running that 2-man pick and roll action, just too much.
And that's the one advantage when you can get out in transition. You create cross matches and confusion with the defense there, and Phylon able to take advantage.
Phylon with 11 of his 25 since halftime. And meantime, Gonzaga have not scored in more than 3 minutes. Huff misfires. GA, what defensive adjustment have you seen last couple of minutes from Alabama?
Honestly, it's just their ability to control defensive backboard. They did a good job in the first half there with their initial wave of the defense, but you have to finish your defense by controlling that defensive backboard. Here's the last few possessions. They've been able to do that and then able to get out in transition and convert.
Good handle that time shown by Sherrell. As it looks like he's going to take a seat here, catch his breath. London Jemison, another freshman from NATO, it's going to check in for Bama. And Graham Ike, after a brief rest, back in for Mark Few. So 12 and change left, 7 to shoot here for Alabama. Phylon the inbounder. Phylon gets it back, backing down Smith. Jemison from deep. 10 straight for Alabama. And the Crimson Tide back in front.
And how about Phylon there on the post-up, forces the help, and then able to kick it out for the triple for the Tide.
Venters started to catch fire towards the end of that first half.
But 4 straight possessions now where Alabama is able to get that defensive rebound. That's really been the difference here in this stretch.
Phylon's going to get him reset as we come up on the 11-minute mark in Las Vegas. 2 of the premier teams in the country doing battle. Corner 3, Bristow misses badly. How about the sacrifice? Millette diving for the loose ball. And Gonzaga is going to get it when we come back. They haven't scored in almost 5 minutes.
It's been a struggle for them. Alabama continuing to fight.
You're watching the Geico Players Era.
Been treated to some terrific basketball here on day one.
Jared?
Well, Zags fans seeing something that they have not seen all season long. No opponent until Alabama has scored 10 unanswered points as Venters ends the run. But conversely, Spiro, Gonzaga is tied for second in the nation in what they call kill shots. The second most 10-0 runs that their offense has gone on.
Sherrell misses on a leaner. Most of that Alabama run came with Graham EK on the bench as they're going to get themselves to the free throw line. Saint Supiti showing some of his interior work, the freshman. And he's going to get 2 much-needed free throws here as Phylon is whistled for the foul. That's his second personal.
Yeah, you can see the slap across line. And I'm glad you made that point about EK. His presence gives Gonzaga a calmness, and it also improves their shot quality because you saw how much time they had on that triple. And able to knock that one down in rhythm.
So here is Saint Supiti, 80% free throw shooter early on in his Gonzaga tenure. The freshman makes it a 3-point game. TNT Sports coverage of the Players Era is brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. And by Geico, it feels good to Geico. MGM Grand Garden Arena, downtown Las Vegas. Spiro Vitas, Greg Anthony, Jared Greenberg. Rest of our TNT crew. Day one of this fabulous high-powered tournament. 2 of the high-scoring teams in the country getting it on here on the big stage as Phylon just keeps on coming for Nate Oates. And more free throws upcoming.
He has been in attack mode and really willing this Alabama team to just stay connected here. Wondering if we're going to get someone else to step up. Holloway, typically their second leading scorer, is a guy that provides a lot of offense. He's had his struggles, but they're going to need somebody else to provide a spark.
Mention what they did last year, that 28-win team. They finished 3rd in the SEC, but they lost 4 starters. Obviously, the first-team All-America, Mark Sears, the headliner, but Nate Oates and his staff doing what they've done repeatedly. They retool, and he has said that this could be potentially the best shooting team he's had. Obviously, it hasn't been a great shooting night tonight, not from the 3-point line, but obviously still early in the season trying to figure out what they've got.
And that's part of it. Listen, they've been tested. They've played some high-level competition. And I think they've accounted themselves well. They're going to get foul on there on a foul.
Foul number 0, LeBaron Phylon Jr.
So that'll be Phylon's 3rd. With 10:21 now left to play in regulation.
Didn't like the call, but that was a pretty easy one there for the official. Now he's got to be really careful, and then if you're Mark Few, I'm maybe thinking about trying to incorporate him in some actions, see if maybe you can pick up a 4th foul, because he really has been their most important player offensively.
Mark Few has that tablet where he's able to get the live replay instantaneously. Just saw it and immediately started complaining to the officials about that call. Here's Grant Foster by the hesitation maneuver. How good has he been? He's got 15 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he has been terrific, and I know I keep saying it, it sounds like a broken record as Phylon just gets wherever he wants when he wants. Getting downhill with that beautiful deuce, but even on that attack, EK creates so much space because of all the attention he draws.
Innocente misfires from deep. So we are past the midway point of this second half. LeBaron Phylon, 17 of Bama's 23 second half points. He's looking for more. Up and under. Glass, no. EK, and he's fouled by Sherrell.
EK is just doing it all, folks. He just, you know, you don't look at him and think that he's got the kind of lateral quickness that he has. But how about there? He contests the shot and still able to be the guy to get the rebound. That's an impressive play. Watch this. Gives the contest there, But look at the second jump. Immediately right back up. Great timing. Gets the rebound, forces the foul there to give Gonzaga the possession.
First 2 years as a collegiate at Wyoming, including a redshirt year. His third year in Spokane. Has become one of the elite bigs in the country. As we hit the 9-minute mark, second half. St. Supiti, little reaching by Sherrell, extending his defense. 7 to shoot. EK doing his dance, misses, and look at the tip. Inochinte.
They are just attacking that offensive glass at every opportunity.
Young man from the Ivory Coast, Sherrell the answer. And a chance at 3, huge basket for Alabama.
Great job there by Fallon on the pass, but watch, just look at the attack there, just running downhill. Great balance, able to get it, and then a beautiful find by Fallon down low, takes the contact. Sherrell able to get the finish. Boy, it feels like Gonzaga's in control, but you look up, it's a one-possession game.
Just have to be in awe by the talent, both of these two teams, the athleticism that Mark Few, the array of athletes that he's built with this team, putting it on full display. Amazing play a moment ago by Inochinte. As St. Supiti tracks down the loose change in the corner. So a 2-point Gonzaga lead with possession as they try to stay perfect, entering the night 5-0. Venters off the bounce, under control, misses. Who touched it last? Gonzaga will retain possession.
I tell you, they just attack the offensive glass. Even if they can't corral it, they're trying to get a hand on it to keep it alive.
This is Huff, Venters. Now it's Grant Foster into the paint. Bottled up, reset, 6 to shoot. St. Supiti, here comes the freshman, turns the corner, misfires. And Bama looking to push. Here's Sherrell weaving his way to the box. Well, they had Bristow open. Holloway couldn't get it to him. Holloway, Bristow to the cup, missed it in tight. Officials are going to say loose ball foul against the Zags. And that is going to put Alabama in the bonus 1-1 with still 7:40 left.
Yeah, I didn't love the call, but remember, Mark Few now doesn't have an ability to challenge there. So that call is going to stand.
Alabama is going to head to the free throw line when we come back. We got a Tarleton State transfer, first year in the program. He's a sophomore for Nate Oates. 1-1, too much. Offensive rebound, Allen left open. Well, he won't get a better look than that. Sherrell on a putback, and he's going to shoot 2.
EK will pick up the foul there. And how about Alabama, the third on EK. Alabama giving Gonzaga a little taste of their own medicine there. A couple offensive rebound opportunities. First off the miss. Not able to get that triple to convert. But then Sherrell there, active, able to come up with it, but another missed free throw. Neither team shot it well. Both teams 10 of 16 here from the line.
This Alabama team, brutal early non-conference schedule. They've already faced 3 top 10 teams. Remember, they beat St. John's in Illinois, sandwiched around that 1 loss so far against Purdue. They lost that game 87-80. How do they fare against this really impressive Gonzaga team tonight? 1-point game as we come up on the final 7 minutes. Huff into the corner, Grant Foster. Allen dares him to shoot. Grant Foster into the paint, missed it.
And the shot quality of the last few possessions starting to wane just a little bit for Gonzaga.
Holloway, splash! And he's put the Crimson Tide back in front.
And Phylon, though, also in attack mode, able to find his running mate for that corner pocket three. And Marquis going to have to talk it over right now. Transition attack, triple knockdown for Bama.
Greg, you knew that they needed someone to step up with Latrell Wrightsell Jr. unavailable. We got the report at the top from Jared that right leg injury. Expected to miss 1, maybe even 2 weeks. But will no doubt miss the rest of this tournament in Las Vegas as EK shoved to the floor. As we hit the 6:45 mark left. What are both coaches telling their players in that last timeout huddle?
Well, if your Nate Oates just continue with what we're doing. They've done a terrific job defensively in the half court. They've controlled the defensive backboard a little bit better. They're not going to dominate it, but they just don't want to be overwhelmed. And they've not allowed EK to really dictate in the half court.
Grant Foster, just vicious.
And EK's limping a little bit. It looks like he's laboring, not moving very well, but that was a terrific pass there, and then a turnover by Alabama.
But if people around the country don't know about Tyon Grant Foster with this Gonzaga team, you better start paying attention. All tied at 71 with 6 and change left. For a beautiful little float game.
And you see the difference. When Gonzaga's been at their best, their bigs touch the basketball. EK and Huff, last 2 possessions, involved with their offense, and they convert.
Holloway, offensive rebound. Huff got him from the back. Here comes Grant Foster weaving through traffic. Outside, Huff barreling to the bucket. Now they're going to reset underneath EK. Reaching foul. Fisher's going to get Taylor, Bowl, Bowen, side out of bounds.
And how about this play? The ability and awareness. I think this is a set play out of that timeout, though. Beautiful pass and an even better finish by Grant Foster.
Bowl, Bowen, meantime, Greg has fouled out for Alabama. So Keaton Bristow, the sophomore, transfer into the game here with 5:35 left. Inbound to EK. Double teamed. Saint Subidi from deep. Missed it. And one and done for the Bulldogs with Bristow corralling the loose change. Bristow puts it on the deck on the attack going glass. Challenging EK, who, by the way, is still limping.
Yeah.
EK underneath, missed it, cleans up his own miss.
Tell you what, EK very fortunate, almost got away, almost got called for an offensive foul, swung that elbow on the swing through, able to get the offensive rebound.
Boy, LeBaron Phylon, beautiful dime, getting the cutting. Sherrell, who's going to get himself back to the free throw line. And everyone's going to catch their breath. 4-point Gonzaga lead with 4:54 left in regulation.
And you talked about Phylon. He's done such a good job of making sure he keeps his teammates engaged, getting them involved in the offense a little bit because he needs them here down the stretch.
So Aiden Sherrell, the sophomore, out of prolific prep, young man from Detroit, misfires on his first valuable points. And so he left on the free throw line. A reminder coming up next, just getting started here in Vegas. UNLV and Maryland. Greg Anthony going to see his old boys. As Josh Pastner opening a new era of running Rebels basketball. And a big early season test against Buzz Williams and the Terps coming up next on TNT.
So that game also is going to, I think, be pretty entertaining. Maryland, terrific win earlier this season against Marquette on the road, and UNLV went to Memphis to knock off Penny Hardaway and the Tigers for a much-needed road win.
That rebound was last touched by Gonzaga, so a break for the Crimson Tide. 4:53 to play. Shot clock resets to 20. Who does Bama turn to for some more offense? Boy, they just barely get the timeout right before that potential 5-second violation. And a sigh of relief on that Alabama bench.
Yeah, that was a very generous 5-second call. Great action there by Alabama, but give Gonzaga credit. Defended that baseline out of bounds terrifically. Well, we got all we could have asked for here down the stretch, right? This is a lot of fun. This is what college basketball is all about.
What a night for Tyon Grant Foster. 17 points, 6 rebounds. He's 8 of 15 from the field.
And I just love the motor. He is so active, always in attack mode, a two-way player, 3-level scorer, and a terrific compliment to EK and Huff on that front line.
Well, what a massive early season win this would be for Gonzaga.
Really for either team. You know, it would be huge for Gonzaga, especially because, you know, Creighton is a game preseason, you assume. Greg McDermott always does a great job, but always got a team that seems like it's going to be in the tournament. But because that game wasn't as competitive, you knew this one with what Alabama's faced already this season. This is one where I like to call these barometer games, where you get a real sense of who you are.
Fine line, the inbounder, and we're going to get a whistle here in the paint against Gonzaga. So that's going to put Alabama at the free throw line for 2 shots. Dead ball whistle and a chance to cut this thing to a point. It's on Venters.
And when you see the kind of action Alabama runs on those baseline out of bounds, oftentimes you'll see teams try to go to a zone to eliminate some of that. They run a lot of action, and you can see there just a little bit of a grab, easy call right in front of the official there on Venters.
But you can see the issue that Alabama is having. Phylon has really been, in a lot of ways, their only source of offense. Who else can they rely on? Holloway hasn't had a good shooting night as they look for some other sources of offense here down the stretch.
Well, the beauty of it is the first 35 minutes, it doesn't matter how you shot it. It's about time and score. And so if you're Holloway or anybody else from Alabama, doesn't matter how the game's gone to this point. Can you deliver here down the stretch?
Allen knocked it loose. EK rips it back and rolls it in. So Graham EK, 14 points, 9 rebounds, flirting with a double-double. Allen on the perimeter, poked away, Grant Foster. It's a foot race. He has been magnificent.
We talked about that two-way ability. He can guard 1 through 5. And this guy just embraces the challenge on both ends.
Sherrell against some of that tremendous passing. Bristow couldn't finish. Last touch by Bama. Gonzaga on a 10-3 run. They got a 5-point lead.
And it's been set up by their defense. Tyon Grant Foster, he's been doing it all night long. Zags stuff.
Sherrell, Holloway, Allen, Bristow, and Phylon for Nate Oates. Another fascinating thing to see here, GA. Who do these coaches trust down the stretch? And really just a huge early season test for both teams. Huff into the paint, turns, Venters. Sharpshooter, bangs in a 3.
How about the execution and the patience there? EK finds Huff, and Huff able to get that corner 3 in there. A live ball turnover. Phylon just a little out of control there.
EK, danger zone for Alabama. Largest lead of the night for Gonzaga.
Well, you talked about where does Gonzaga go? They go to their bread and butter. EK sets the tone, makes the read, and then able to get this easy deuce here in transition.
23 left. Alabama, GA, what has happened to their offense here down the stretch?
Well, you talked about it. It's so much pressure on Baron Philon to have to do everything. But here, just great offensive execution. You can see that overload because of the impact that you've gotten from EK. He's able to force the defense to overcommit, creates that corner three, and then that transition opportunity off the live ball turnover. But you talked about Alabama. The real issue right now is they just haven't had anybody else that's been able to step up offensively, not named Philon. And then with Holloway having his struggles making shots here tonight, it's just put a lot of pressure on their half-court offense. Couple that with their inability to really keep Gonzaga off the court over the course of the game off the offensive glass.
You see the run, loose ball foul here is Foster. The relentlessness continues, 1-and-1 with Alabama over the foul limit. So the Crimson Tide getting a taste of how good this Gonzaga defense has been. Another look at that rebound, that loose ball foul. No Alabama field goals, GA, in 4+ minutes. They have now missed 7 of their last 8 shots against this rugged Bulldogs defense.
Yeah, that's just really hard to overcome. And I just think fatigue starting to be a bit of an issue for Alabama. And the size and physicality and the dominance in the paint from Gonzaga also taking its toll.
Tyon Grant Foster from Kansas City. Mentioned his journey, 4 different schools that he's played for. And boy, you think he's found a home in Spokane, blowing kisses to the Gonzaga contingent. 11 straight for the Zags.
And now they've gone to a little bit of a zone just to change up and give
Holloway,
a different look.
big shot.
And they have needed that. And listen, still a lot of time in this game, 3-possession game. 2.5 minutes.
Holloway extends his defense as we come up on the final 2 minutes. Errant pass, that's a turnover.
And that time they went to double the basketball, and it forces the ill-advised pass there to give Alabama an extra possession.
Gonzaga trying to settle into their half-court defense. Only their 3rd turnover of the half. Last touched here by the Bulldogs. With 21 seconds to shoot for Alabama.
Yeah, again, you don't have to force anything if you're Alabama. Just get good looks here. You can even live getting a deuce here. You don't have to get the 3. And they're going to get free throws off the dead ball.
It'll be 2 free throws. So another key whistle here as Alabama slowly trying to chip away at the deficit. 9-point game, and Venters has fouled out his 5th.
Yeah, that's a big loss. Venters has knocked down some shots. He's a gritty defender on the perimeter as well.
Mark Few and his assistants with some final words of encouragement. Looked like Few was upset with that decision by Venters to foul. That's a big loss, you're right. So here's Amari Allen, the Green Bay native, and boy, they are missing some key free throws here down the stretch.
It has been an issue for them. They've missed 8 here tonight.
Boy, missed both, my goodness. Alabama in the second half is 7 of 15 from the stripe. That's not good enough against a team of Gonzaga's caliber. As we cross the 2-minute mark, Huff. Allen got a piece and a steal. Big possession right here. Pull up. Millette. Corner 3 won't go. And the rebound corralled by St. Supini.
They're going to got to extend your pressure a little bit here if you're Alabama. If you're Gonzaga, you want to take your time. Make sure you get shots off, but not till the end of the shot clock.
Huff, but just a thing of beauty. The pump fake to freeze the defender. Huff has been sensational.
Yeah, he and Ike, their bigs do such a great job with their decision making. Is Sherelle able to pick up the loose change there for the deuce?
So that'll cut it to 9. But Alabama running out of clock. 62 seconds. Officials going to get a reach-in call here.
I think that was a kick ball. They're gonna
Kick, you're right.
call there.
So underneath out of bounds for Gonzaga. And another look at this magnificent play by Huff, who now has 18 points and 8 rebounds tonight for Mark Few.
Yeah, and we talked about it, and you saw it there. What makes him special when your bigs can play in space and make good decisions, and that was a perfect example. Now, he did have the turnover on the possession prior, but even then he was trying to make the right read, and it really creates such great balance offensively when your bigs can make decisions on the floor in terms of the reads. We're going to get a delay of game, I think, against Gonzaga.
Mark Few's going to get a timeout here with 1:02 left to play. And Gonzaga holding a 9-point lead on this potent Alabama Crimson Tide program. High intensity here in Las Vegas, late stages on TNT. Beautiful sight high above the Vegas Strip. 62 seconds left. MGM Grand Garden Arena. Boy, you think about the history in this building over the years. I know you're a boxing fan.
Oh,
you were
man.
here for all those Tyson
great
fights.
ones here, boy. A lot of great fights here in this arena.
We got a couple of heavyweights here getting it on. Gonzaga trying to put the finishing touches on Alabama. Not out of the woods just yet. Final 60 seconds. They're going to get Jemison on a reach-in. 1-1. But this 1-2 combination with Huff and EK, this is going to be a vaunted front court tandem for Mark Few as the season goes on.
Well, they do such a great job, and you know it's kind of the way the game has evolved too. Your bigs have to be able to play in space, but they've also got to be able to make great decisions. And those two guys tonight, where they have created all sorts of problems for Alabama.
Greg, and then you add Grant Foster to the mix with everything he brings. My goodness.
Yeah, this and we talked about it at the top. Again, you know, top line talent, and by that I mean I don't necessarily see guys as lottery picks, but this might be as good a team as Mark Few has had. This group, man, defensively, the physicality, we talked about it, the way they defended in the paint, at the rim, at the three-point line. They are a cohesive group.
Phylon misses on a three. Fight for it. Loose ball foul, Alabama. And right now the Crimson Tide are on the ropes. It's on Allen. So LeBaron Phylon, who started the half, first 10 minutes or so was just lights out. Hasn't scored, GA, since the 9-minute mark. So obviously an adjustment by Mark Few and his defense. And Alabama just has not been able to find another source of offense.
Yeah, that and also, Spiro, sometimes fatigue, because when you've got that much responsibility offensively, where you're creating against great defense for yourself, and then you've got to also create for your teammates, that can wear anybody out. So I don't think it was for a lack of effort. I just think he needed somebody else. You know, you got to have possessions where others are doing things where you can kind of excel, almost rest on offense. And because Holloway's had his struggles tonight and nobody else able to really step up and consistently create, that's just challenging.
Allen's going to hit a three. Nate Oates quick timeout, 42.6. That'll get it down to 10. But an uphill climb here for Alabama against a Gonzaga team that is playing with supreme confidence.
Yeah, I was real excited to see this game. You know, I hadn't gotten the chance to see much of them, either of them really, but seeing them in person, you can see Rebels coming up against Maryland. Another, I think, balanced matchup. I think those are two teams that are going to put up a great effort here. Excited to see my alma mater. I haven't seen them in person in a little bit of time, so this will be fun. But yeah, I tell you, these are two teams that I would not be surprised to make a deep run this upcoming March.
Some of the top programs in the country all converging on Las Vegas. Day one of this Players Era Championship. And what a day of games it was. Had a chance to check out that Syracuse team in this building a short time ago. 78-74, taking Houston and Kelvin Sampson's team to overtime. And Michigan right now flexing against San Diego State. 20-point second half lead in that game.
And Bruce Pearl got to see his son in Auburn get a nice win over Oregon. Dana Altman's group. Well, I'm still blown away by the level of talent that this Players Era tournament has put forth. How competitive the games have been. You know, the first Tennessee just was at another level in that first game, but outside of that, you know, for the most part, these have all been very compelling and competitive matchups, much like what you and I have had the opportunity to do here tonight.
Foul charge to Jemison, his fourth. So 10th team foul. That means 2 free throws for Graham Ike. And this Players Era Championship is going to expand to even more teams next year.
Yeah.
Game change. You consider all the NIL prize money here that's helped to transform all of these programs around the country. But you're a fan of the model of this tournament and how the game and the sport is going to even different heights.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of what they've been able to do, the growth of this. Just in the 2 years that we've seen this materialize, we got the ladies groups coming up, the ladies games. I mean, high power, high octane talent on that side. As the women's game has just kind of exploded here. A lot of excitement going to be on display there as well.
Jemison hits a 3. So Alabama not going quietly. 31.7. That cuts it down to 8 points. So they're going to try to extend this thing out. Saint Supiti hounded foul. They're going to get Holloway. Holloway arguing for a hooking foul. But instead it'll be the young Spanish freshman at the free throw line shooting 2. As we are down to 28 seconds.
We've seen some crazy things in basketball before, but especially at this level, a little different in terms of not being able to advance the ball. So 28 seconds, if you're able to make at least one of these, Gonzaga, you got to feel pretty good.
Remember this Gonzaga team, all of those years of domination in the West Coast Conference, kind of been knocked off their perch a little bit. 2 years in a row that they have failed to win the regular season championship. They, of course, won the conference tournament last season. 26 straight trips to the dance. And what has been just a staggering run for Mark Few.
Yeah, but how about, I mean, I'm looking at the notes. 22 conference championships, 20 conference tournament championships. That's just unreal. The level of excellence Mark Few and Gonzaga has put forth here in his tenure. And Nate Oates, he's got to be proud of what he's been able to accomplish in his short stint here with Alabama as well.